one thing that I've had to learn the hard way, and I don't know how like deep this is, like getting a lot of body dysmorphia from with wrestling, and it's better now, but cutting weight and just thinking, oh my god, I ate this Pop-Tart, I need to go run and lose 2 pounds now. Just it really messed with my mind for a while. And so understanding that being at what you thought was, a really great physique is actually very unhealthy. And priorities change. And like I actually ended up getting really injured because I was just working out so hard for such a long time. And I'm definitely paying for it now in my and I'm still in like my early to mid 30s. So
I feel you're speaking my language.
I know you have like the sore joints and everything.
I have all these injuries that I've accumulated over there. So
Tell me more.
So I don't know if I shared it on the podcast, but I'm gonna get knee surgery.
Oh,
so
both of them?
My right knee. So I have this thing called bipartite patella, which is when your kid and your kneecap doesn't fuse completely. So it's like it looks like this. There's like a missing. I have the MRI. I can show you later, but it's like disconnected. So this part is not attached. So it's usually asymptomatic, but because of what I've been doing over the last year with running the marathon, playing soccer, surfing, working out at F45, it got really bad. And now it's like I can't run. So I haven't been able to run since like February of this year. So I've been out that long. So now I'm just getting super out of shape. And that's why I'm at the Forge, this place connected to F45 doing physical therapy. If anybody needs physical therapy, check them out.
Yeah. Is it subluxating? Is it popping out?
No, so it's just a mechanical thing. So what's happening is because there was a lot of trauma. There's some edema underneath, which is so all this fluid. Oh yeah, so the physiology. Yeah, so there's a bunch of fluid coming in. I mean, inside of it building up, and then also it's just my quads just started to shut down. So I don't know if you can tell, but I have a lot of atrophy in my right. I don't know if you can see from that angle.
I am looking. It does go a little bit more this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my my quad is like just not firing for some reason because it's sending signals over here. So I've been seeing like all kind of people, and I finally saw Dr. Crawford, which is a knee specialist here.
Okay.
And we decided that it's best to get surgery. So I need to put 2 screws inside of here to connect it. And then, first he has to do a bone graft because it's not completely it won't completely align. Okay. So he has to do a bone graft, and then he's going to put 2 screws in it, and he's going to do this BMAC, which is like this bone marrow transfusion. He's from my hip into my knee. Well, I'm going to be out, so.
Yeah.
And then it's going to hopefully help with the bone growth. So that's that.
Yeah.
And then I separated my shoulder like 10 years ago in college playing soccer. And I still have like.
And you're right-handed?
Yeah, I'm right-handed. So my whole right side is just shot. So I'm going to get an MRI on this soon and see if I need to do anything surgical with this, and I'll do both at the same time.
That's crazy, because if your patella isn't like really functioning as it should be, and it's kind of basically just chilling there, your ACL, which everybody knows what your ACL is what everybody tears. Yeah. It's basically where your quad connects and becomes your ACL and attaches over there. And so if like that's not firing and your quad is such an important, you're going to get all. I'm surprised you don't have any like compensation injuries. Like, knock on wood. Sorry, I don't know if I should have said
like
that.
Like workman's comp?
Oh, no, like...
Because I would love that. Is that what you mean?
No, just like if you... Well, it's different for you because you have your shoulder and everything on one side. But like if you notice somebody gets injured, it usually zigzags up the body because they're compensating. So for example, if it's your knee, maybe like your lower back on one side or your foot on your other side.
No, yeah, that's all happening. So I've seen like my girlfriend's at a neuro reset therapist. So I don't know if you know anything about that, but like, yeah, he does some stuff and he's telling me how like, everything's connected. And I started going to a chiropractor. I've done everything. Yes, because my hamstrings are getting super tight. Like I went to the chiro and she said like my hips and hamstrings are the tightest she's ever seen.
Oh my god.
And she's been doing it for years. And then my lower back, I started to get lower back pain while working out. So it's all connected because I probably not stretching out. But also, so my shoulder, I was doing all these things and just kind of like dealing with the pain because we come from the athlete mentality where like you can push through the pain.
Yeah.
And then I also had wrist surgery in 2021, so I can't I can put pressure on, but it's sore. So like doing push-ups, even surfing is sore. But so when my knee happened, I can talk about this because you're probably interested, right? Yeah. I don't know how interested people
I'm like
are.
staring at your body right now.
Yeah. And I love talking about like the physical body and sports and whatever. But so when this happened in like January and by February I just couldn't run anymore. I was still working out at F45 because there's just like this challenge thing going on. So I was trying to complete it. I would stop doing all the lower body stuff and just compensate for upper body. So like if it was like a lower body exercise, I'd just do push-ups or whatever upper body was. But because of how my left wrist is still weak, I would put more weight on my right side, which is this side is already not super functional. So this side got super bad. So like when I would start to surf, like it got to a point where I couldn't like surf anymore. So I had to paddle in with one arm.
That's scary.
And that was like the last time I surfed because it got so sore where I just couldn't do anything. So yeah, my right side is just like completely useless right now. And then my left wrist is also not that strong. So my left thigh down is the only good part of my body.
Thank you.
And there you go. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
No, I mean, I'm like praying for your lower left leg right now.
Yeah. Please stay healthy. Yeah.
Oh man. Are you in chronic pain?
Yeah, a lot of this is chronic. So that's why he said it's gotten to the point where I gotta take care of it in the long term. So this is chronic. This has been chronic since I was little. But I've just been like pushing my body, like getting the highest scores at F45, running marathons.
Oh,
and,
you're competitive.
I'm just, I'm nuts. My mind is too ahead of my body. So, and I feel like you can understand that, it being competitive and all of that. So now I'm just like, I got to a point where like I haven't been doing anything, just trying to be super good, just focus on healing it up. So next year, hopefully I'll be good.
Take care of your body.
Yeah, so it's a struggle. It's in the 30s, it's all downhill.
Oh my God. I know people used to be like, wait till you're 30. I'm like, shut up, I'm fine. And then now it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's funny when I talk to people, like I do go to the sauna at F45 and cold plunge, and there's all kinds of different people. And usually it's there's some older people and they're talking about their injuries and how it's like when you're 50s, it's like that. I'm just like, just wait till you're 30, man. But they're like, no, you don't understand. I'm just like, honestly, I look young. I'm only 30, but my body is like, it's like the body of a 50-year-old.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're about to have some major surgeries. And like, one of the things is it took so long. So I had hip surgery and they had to shave down the lip of my acetabellum, basically where my femur is. And they had to put anchors in there and everything. It's kind of like getting road rash on a bone.
Ooh.
So, and like there's a lot of parasympathetic nerves in the periosteum. So like the top layer of your bone. And it takes forever to heal. I mean, bone grows really slow. And yeah, it hurt. It's still... So one of the other things, and I'm not sure how this will affect you, is in order to work on my shoulder, in order to work on because I've had shoulder surgery too.
What happened to it?
I tore... It's here. Yeah. I tore my my labrum throwing a javelin.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah. And then I tore my labrum here and had some bone spurs in my hip as well. But what happens when they have to get into that joint, in order to get in there, they got to basically dislocate your joint a little bit. And when they are done with it, you know how if you dislocate something, it easily dislocates after that?
Like this.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought that's all the other injuries I had? I got more.
Watch this. Oh my God. It's like Mr. Potato Head over here, just like popping things out. But they'll over tighten the joint to make sure it stays in. So then what that'll do is that will shift your body a little bit. So my right hip is over tightened and it kind of like throws things off. And then my SI joint. So, I mean, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Thank you for reassuring me.
It got better.
I'm so excited.
It got better. You know what I started doing actually is Pilates.
Oh, okay.
It has helped me so much, and it's really humbling. And I went through about 2 or 3 times a week, and yeah, so. The other story that people like to jump on is like I used to have fake boobs and then my body just like did not like them. And I started getting symptoms of like lupus. I got tested for MS because it started going numb and everything.
Oh, and
Yeah, I gained so much weight, depression, my hair stopped growing, I lost all the color, things started dislocating and breaking, I was getting migraines. I would like be swinging a kettlebell and I sneeze and my rib popped out in the back. Like
This
that's
is all from the surgery?
well, no, but we didn't know.
Oh,
So
okay.
what the internet calls it is breast implant illness,
Yeah.
but big pharma is of course not gonna point or acknowledge that because it's such a
Totally.
lucrative
Yeah.
industry. And I mean, they were fun while they lasted, but it was just like I didn't know. I was just getting a chronic autoimmune response, and it's a foreign body. I mean, they weren't leaking or anything, but it's a foreign body in there, and I have cousins and friends who have them, and they're fine. But I literally, and I can show you the picture. As soon as I took them out, like pimples on my face healed right away that weren't going. My hair, like I had color, like all the swelling went down. I had like a really bad tremor. Um, but I just literally went from being always one of the most in shape people in the room to just like this blob of like my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, needs to drive me places because the sun is giving me such a bad headache that I'm feeling faint. And like I can only do one thing a day.
He's a real one.
I know. He's
Still
so
with you
good.
too today.
Yeah, he's awesome. But yeah, and I when I would do art markets, I literally just couldn't do them. I would go home and I would just pass out. I would be so tired. My feet would hurt. I would hurt standing. And yeah, it took a lot of Pilates basically for the rehab of me realizing that like internal rotators, like the muscles of my feet were weak and like I couldn't jog because I was heavy and like it just hurt my ankles and all this stuff. And thankfully, like literally Pilates has like saved my body biomechanics. Wow. Yeah, I will swear by it. Like it's amazing. It's it's a little hard for people with tight hamstrings.
Yeah. I've done it before.
Oh, you have?
I went to Pilates Ocala.
That's where I go.
Oh, that's where you go.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we did a video with them for Hawaii Verse, like in 2021 or 2022
snap.
when they still had long hair. We met the owner. What's her name?
Chelsea.
I think so.
Chelsea. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's
Chelsea,
okay.
I don't know.
Tall.
Blonde or?
She could be blonde. She got ripped arms. Maybe.
Probably. It's probably her. Yeah, sorry. It was
yeah, it's okay.
Ago. Yeah.
You were too focused on like getting your Pilates. Yeah.
But I'm pretty flexible. So it's weird that I
think you should go back.
Yeah, because I mean like
yeah.
You know.
Oh, who said that your hamstrings are that tight? That's impressive.
If that's tight, then imagine what I can do if they're loose.
Wow, you can Olympics, here we go. Wow.
Yeah. I'm probably cheerleading after this. Yeah, but that's something that I'm just trying to focus on, just rolling out and stretching more. Yeah. Maybe even doing yoga.
Yeah.
All kind of different, more dynamic things that we don't really do as we get older. You know, I just feel like we even stretching, like we don't stretch enough.
I know.
You know?
Okay, stretch break after this.
Yeah, stretch break.
Oh, I just put my back back.
Yeah, my shoulder pops every time. I don't know if you could.
Hey, don't kiss that.
It's actually not that bad right now.
Oh,
usually it's like a louder one.
Oh.
But yeah, so this is don't turn 30, people. That's what we're saying. That's the lesson.